YouTube family. I got some work to do today, and I woke up, it's cold and windy. I'm really hoping this wind is gonna settle down, because I would like to get that burning for a little bit of warmth. Last night I came out here, I put the whole truck on blocks. That way I can, test the wheel bearings and stuff like that, make sure it's good. And I have to check the back brakes, see what I have to do to those. The big truck, finally, the starter took a crap. I actually had to get it towed home from like a mile down the road. But all the connections, two of the connections on the starter solenoid or whatever, they're just like stripped out. The starter still works, but the rear connection is really hard to get to back there. The nut just spins right where it's at. It won't loosen or tighten. So that explains some of the problems I was having. And then the actual wire, the connector actually broke off. So looks like I pretty much have to buy a whole new starter. And then this other connection right here is very, very loose. It can't even be tightened or anything. It's just like moving in there freely. So this starter's done, and so this truck's gonna be sitting for a minute until I can get a starter for it. Which means I gotta get the little blue truck going as fast as possible. The first thing I'm gonna do to the blue truck is put an oil pan under there, and I'm gonna take the oil nut out, drain the oil, and then I'm just gonna let it sit. I want to get as much of that old oil out as possible. So the whole time I'm working on the truck today, I'm just gonna have that oil just sitting there dripping out, so I can let as much drip out as possible. I really want to check everything out, because I'm gonna have to get this thing inspected soon. So I really want to check everything on these wheels and make sure bearings are good. I got the brake shoes for the back. I didn't get drums yet. I'm hoping the drums aren't too bad. But I got the brake shoes, the drum shoes, and I got the cylinders, brake cylinders. So plan on replacing that. Eventually I want to switch these drums out to actual rotors. So I don't want to replace like all the brakes yet, but I might. I don't know, we'll see if I have to or not, if I have to do the drums. I'm hoping I can get by with just these shoes for now, because they're pretty cheap. And I bought a brake booster, and the master cylinder, so I'm planning on replacing that today. So that's my goal today, is to drain all the oil, do an oil change today, do the brake booster master cylinder, which shouldn't be too bad, and then I want to take the rear wheels off, loosen up those brake cylinders, and possibly use the air compressor and blow all the old brake fluid out of the lines. I'm hoping all the lines are good. I'm praying that I can just get all this done hopefully today or by sometime tomorrow, and have these brakes working like really good again. Anyway, that's what I'm doing, man. Alright, we got oil draining. and it is looking super black. It is definitely time, that's for sure. So that's gonna make me happy, having some brand new oil and a brand new filter. But we're just gonna let that sit and drip pretty much all day while I'm working on this thing. I'm just gonna let it sit there and drip. I guess I'd go ahead and take that filter off too. I don't know, I'll probably wait a little while for that, but weak. You just have to kind of block the wind with your hand, because if you cover up the speaker...
I'm not covering it, but I'm trying to block the wind.
Well, we don't know how much we're going to be able to record, but we got the wheel off. This dude right here is freaking worthless. No power. So I broke out the air one. And I blew all the dust and stuff out of here. So what I want is, I want to replace these shoes. I got the spring kit. And then here's the brake cylinder that I have to replace right here. And I'm going to take some pictures before I take anything apart. That's the smartest thing to do. That way, if you ever have any questions, you just go back to your pictures.
True, that.
Oh yeah, for
Genius.
sure. Oh, I always take pictures.
Redneck
first.
genius.
But y'all are in my light.
Come here, Alone.
Putting shade in my picture.
What?
All right, we got this side looking all new. Got the new brake cylinder, new pads. I cleaned it up all good. Like, it's super clean in there. It's funny, I was having a problem getting this top spring on. I mean, this top spring is a pain in the butt, man. So I had the needle nose right here trying to push it. So I called Holly out to help me get this hook in this hole when I pulled it. And I kept going like this and using that part for leverage. And then Holly's like, why don't you just stick the pliers in there like that and push it? Because I kept slipping off. So she pushed it in and I like guided it in the hole. Like, well damn, cool Holly. So Holly's like a master mechanic. I'm gonna knock this other brake out, and then I already loosened up these lines, but I'm gonna remove this brake booster and the master cylinder next. So it'll be fun. It's kind of a tight spot. Kind of a tight spot inside here. But you have kind of a pain in the butt clip that you got to get off the brake pedal up here on the top. Loosen that piece, and then you got four nuts that are kind of a pain in the butt to get to up here under the dashboard. But I've done one of these before. It's not too, it ain't bad once you get them nuts. We got both sides of the brakes done. They are like looking brand new on the inside. I know the drum's a little rusty on the outside, but this truck's done more sitting in the past year or so than it has been driven. And last night I put my oil filter back on, put the drain plug back in, and I started taking the brake booster apart. I took the master cylinder off just so it wouldn't be like putting weight on all this stuff. I should actually probably loosen these bottom pieces up right here and move this out of the way, but I'm trying to mess with these metal lines the least amount as possible. Last night, man, I tell you, I was under here. I got the clip off to loosen this piece up from the brake pedal, and if you look right here, there's this plastic piece on the steering column. I messed with it. I have no idea how to remove that, and I definitely don't want to break it. But if you look right behind that, here is, see, you can't even hardly see it, but there's a bolt, a nut, and a bolt right there. And I did at least probably 100 quarter turns, because that's all the room I have in here for this wrench, is to just sit here and do freaking quarter turns to get to that nut right there. Very annoying. I got fed up last night and I just gave up. Like, I turned this thing so many times and just, I got fed up and I'm done for the night. But after about 100 quarter turns, it's only about halfway off, man. That is a very annoying little spot. I even took my wrench and beat it and bent it just a little bit so I could get it in there. I might actually, a gear wrench would be amazing right now. If I had a gear wrench, that would probably save my life, but I don't have one. But the other three nuts in here, they don't look too bad. I could probably use a knuckle, an extension, and hopefully an impact, because there's Loctite on these, so they never loosen. They're tight the whole way off. Also have to take this cover off the fan shroud and replace this tensioner pulley. This thing, I'm pretty sure that's what's squealing, a very, very loud squeal. So I bought one of those. I have to replace that because that thing's squealing so loud. I was at the gas station, I walked in and I could literally hear it running outside squealing. So I guess this isn't going to be much of a how-to video. It's going to be more of like what I've done to the truck video, I guess, because the way my life is, it seems like the projects never end. So, but I think I'm about to walk to the freaking store, get some stuff I need, like some food and stuff to get through today, and then I'm gonna get back to work on this thing.
What did I want the thing have?
Well, it appears to be No Truck Tuesday at Chris and Holly's house.
And I see lava. See lava.
You see lava?
Yeah, in the house.
What? We got lava?
Yeah. You got lava?
Yeah, so Chris told me that I was being a biatch and that I was being grumpy and that I had an attitude problem.
And that you need to cheer the F up.
And that I need to cheer the cheer the F up. Yeah.
Seems like having all these tools and sockets on racks, they'd be a little more organized, but I still can't find nothing.
And you're like the most organized person I know.
Try.
So it looks like due to the lack of vehicular, what's the word?
Severity of our truck situation.
Severity, that's a good word.
We gotta walk our asses to the Dollar General in the cold.
Vehicular transportation. That's the word I was looking for. Transportation.
I don't even have to pull the trigger anymore. These things ain't got dangerous.
Oh.
I guess when they say oil daily, they mean it. So that's how I turn it on and off. I just go like this. Like I get it ready, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's off.
Magic. There's magic in the world all around us.
This is what happens when I do mechanic work. Everything goes wrong.
What's we got?
I don't know.
Is there anything fun?
I think I ordered a t-shirt. What's this? What's Cool's on?
What the hell?
Oh, that's my sleeping bag.
Oh,
I'm planning on doing some camping soon, y'all.
that'd be cool.
So I got me a little cheap sleeping bag. I think it was only like 20 bucks.
And do some solo camping videos?
Yep,
Bless you!
I sure am. I'm trying to, I need me some peace time in the woods, man. All this stress. Alright, those other 3 nuts came off pretty easy. That's pretty much it. This. That part right there hooks to the brake pedal. And then you got the 4 nuts. This one was very, very hard behind the brake pedal. That was very hard. These 3 were simple. Time for the new one.
So you have the new one?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this one. It's just old as balls. It was like put on the truck in 1994.
Nice.
So while I was doing the brakes and everything, I figured,
Why not?
Why not?
Dang, you got that thing on that fast? That was some speedy mechanic work.
Yeah. I think we're good now. I got the clip back on the brake pedal.
Dang right.
All sturdy. Now we just need some brake fluid.
Cool.
It's all right.
Better than charging or paying someone else to fix it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go down.
For sure.
Billy, go down.
So I gotta fill this thing up with oil, engine oil, some brake fluid, bleed the brakes in the back, put those wheels back on, and then I'm gonna take the front wheels off and check the front brakes and see bearings seem tight, nothing seems loose or anything. Hopefully that fixed the leak wherever that leak was. I'm praying that it was a brake cylinder leaking. So, oh, and the next thing I gotta do, check that out. That's my muffler.
Great.
The pipe fell off, rusted off.
That's great.
And that is a Flowmaster. So I would like to get another Flowmaster. Probably like a Super 44. Oh, and look at the elbow on the pipe. It's got a big hole under there. Can you see it? I'll point at it. Big old hole. Right yonder. Look at that. Big old exhaust leak. So we need a pipe, pretty much a cat back.
We got a Cadillac here.
Hey man, when you buy used vehicles, you get problems. Well, actually we bought this new. So it's old, but old vehicles, they need work. So just is what it is. Pretty sure that squeal is the belt tensioner. So I bought one of those too, so I gotta do that. I'm not gonna mess with that until I get the truck back on the ground. Now, I put oil in this dude. Now I'm trying to get brake fluid into the lines. And then I can put these wheels back on in the back. Alright, so we got the news, and it ain't good news. I was really praying that it was a brake cylinder that was leaking, but I was about to start bleeding the brakes. I had Holly get in here and start pushing the brakes for me, and then I seen this leak right here. Puddle, can you see that? Where's my finger? Right there. And right here on the frame, bunch of so I got under here to see where it was coming from, and I told Holly to hit the brakes, and of course it filled up my ear with brake fluid, so now I gotta go take a shower and wash out my ear. But anyway, bad news is I need a brake line, and it's up here in the frame where you can't even see it, can hardly probably even touch it. I don't know, I guess it's one of these lines up there, one of them three, and it looks like to replace it, I mean, you'd literally be better off just taking the whole damn bed off the truck to work on the back, and in the front just have to work it through there. But anyway, long story short, I need one of these steel brake lines, which I was gonna order in the first place, but I decided to try not to. I really thought it was a wheel cylinder or a brake cylinder. Evidently not. This truck is not gonna be on the road yet. Two broke down ass Chevys. Check this out. So this is a factory jack. Just, I mean, it came with the truck, and it comes with this rig, and then it comes with like a wrench type deal, you know. But I just wanted to show y'all, like, if you wanted to get like a battery impact, dude, it'll make changing your tires so much easier. Like this little impact, D-wall impact, it's strong enough to jack this truck up.
That's cool.
See, it'll jack it up. I mean, you could probably do one tire change with one battery, so you're better off having like a couple batteries with you. But if you keep one of these in your car, man, it'll make your life so much easier than having to sit there and ratchet this thing up. I don't know, just some makes life easier. And when you're changing your tire, you look cool as shit. You're out there with like power tools. See, normally I'd be like standing out here sweating, man, after all that work. But this guy, when you have this guy with you, you're like a freaking roadside mechanic.